Hey everyone, welcome back to the Be Alive channel. Today we're talking about Hempceutix by Nature's Plus. It's a really nice CBD line, and we've got Peter here talking about what's inside these products and what makes these CBD products different from some of the products you're seeing in the market. Hope you enjoy.
Nature's Plus Hempceutix. We hear a lot about CBD. So what is it? What does it do? Kind of unique. So when we look at hemp, think of hemp as a scale. It's a balancer. What it does, it keeps the body in homeostasis. Homeostasis is keeping the body in balance. We don't want one side of the scale going up, one side of it going down. It's a way for the cells to communicate with each other. I always use the example of the cells being able to communicate, the muscle cells communicating with the neurocells. If there's a miscommunication, you may get a tremor. So, but we can correct that, and that's what hemp is really about. Hemp is a real unique way it's a phytocannabinoid which works on the endocannabinoid system. That is your body system. Your body produces cannabinoids also. Now, it may not produce as many, and it may have problems, but when you feed it a phytocannabinoid, and especially one from hemp, you're actually giving the body the ability to keep itself in homeostasis, or keep that balance, as I use as an example of a scale. So CBD, is CBD hemp, or is hemp CBD? Actually, hemp is CBD. It's actually a derivative of what we call CBG. There's a lot of different cannabinoids. There's about 111 different phytocannabinoids found in hemp itself. There's about 80 some terpenes, 20 which are critical, which are standard, and then there's 10 very critical terpenes found in hemp oil itself. So if I look at, and we'll take some examples and give you a really good understanding of this thing about CBD versus hemp. So like I said in the past, CBD is a major component of hemp oil. CBG is the mother of THC and CBD. So that's a very critical part of this. But there's also CBN, there's CBC, there's CBG. There's all these other cannabinoids that play a very important role as far as the whole phytocannabinoid system. So it's really key. And a lot of them do some different things. So, and I'll go through just a few key portions of that. But I really want to have you get a better understanding of the CBD. So if I'm looking at this is a liquid hemp oil. Now, if I look at the assay, and this is an independent assay, not done by Nature's Plus, by an independent company, and they're looking at the different cannabinoids. A lot of them are what they call non-detectable. That means they're in minute amounts, but all the cannabinoids are in there. So the 250 is a 5 milligram per serving. So if I look at the amount of CBD found in there, and again, we over-manufacture, so we're going to put a little more so we guarantee the 5 milligrams at the end of the 2-year shelf life, or 4-year shelf life, I think these are. Yes, these are 4-year shelf life. So if I look at these, the amount of CBD is 5.46 milligrams of CBD. So actually, again, a major portion of it, usually 90+%, and as high as 95% is actually the CBD. So it is CBD, but it's full spectrum. And I want all the cannabinoids in there. Now, how it's extracted from the hemp plant itself. It's using a CO2 extraction. That means it's a very extremely cold extraction process, and we're not going to destroy any of the terpenes in there. There are other extraction methods. There's alcohol extractions. There's other chemicals, petrochemicals used for extraction. You really do not want those. It's a cheaper process, but you're not going to maintain the integrity of all those key cannabinoids and terpenes that are in there, which is very important. Again, that was the 250. Now, THC is non-detectable. Do I want THC? Yes, I do want. I want a low amount of THC. In fact, the federal standard for THC is 0.3 or less. I think the highest one we have right now in this group is at 0.05. So we're way below the standard. On the 250 and the 750, it's undetectable. And again, we know a major portion of it is actually CBG actually that's where your CBD comes from, and your THC. THC is the only thing that activates the CB1 receptor. You have two receptors in the body. Well, there's actually more than that, but the two major receptors are the CB1, which is mainly found in your brain and your central nervous system. The CB2 is found in your organs and in your gut. So a major portion of them found in the gut. So each of these cannabinoids, which we call phytocannabinoids because they're from plants, do different things. So I'm just going to go through just a few things from my list here, just to give you a few. So if I'm looking at CBD, we know it's an anti-inflammatory. It helps with sleep. It actually helps metabolize fat. It helps blood sugar control problems, anxiety, inflammation. There's other areas that it helps. It actually helps with diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis. But you got CBC. So CBC is anti-inflammatory. CBC increases the ability of the brain cells through a process through neurogenesis, which gets rid of bad cells. Osteoporosis increases the number of receptors in several ways, increases sensitivity. Inflammation control increases cellular AMP, or ATP, excuse me, and neural cell repair. So it actually helps in repairing the neural network through stem cell proliferator cells. So it actually helps the body actually repair itself. And that's just two of the cannabinoids, not just CBD. Then we have CBG. CBG is, again, this is another one that helps with inflammation. It focuses in on interleukin. It focuses in on the COX-2. It focuses on a lot of different modulators. It actually helps increase your SOD and other antioxidants for the body. So it actually helps them, improves that ability for the body and the production of those. It also is very helpful for irritable bowel syndrome. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-allergenic, antibacterial products, and has a wide range of neuro support mechanisms. CBN is another one. It helps with normalization of heart rate. So you can see, you really want to make sure you're buying your hemp products from a store that's really buying the right raw materials. And it's a full spectrum. It's CO2 extraction. It has all the other labeling on there as far as, allergen-free, it's non-irradiated, super CO2 extraction, third-party tested, eco-farm. Basically, we're supporting the farmer, we're supporting the soil, we're doing everything correctly with the hemp. Now, these there's no flavors in these. These are all in a natural. They're in extra virgin olive oil and hemp seed oil, which actually helps in the absorbability of all the cannabinoids in there. And remember I said like the 750, which is a 15 milligram. When it tested out at 16.69 milligrams of the CBD, although we are starting to see the other cannabinoids in there. So it does have the CBDV, it's got the CBG starting to appear, the CBC is starting to appear. So again, we're seeing all those levels appear. THC is non-detectable in there. We jump to the 1500, which is a 30 milligram. And you can't believe the pricing on these. The store has it on great sale, and it's always on sale here. So it makes it real unique. But you're getting a quality product from a quality store, which is very important. So I look at the 1500. So the 1500 is a 30 milligram, test out at 31.58 of the CBD. Total cannabinoids, 32.19. We do see the other cannabinoids starting to appear, the CBL, the CBB, the CBC, CBG. So all of those are starting to appear in there. Plus, you can, when you taste it, you can actually feel like a little sharpness on the back of your tongue, and that is the terpenes. And there's some major terpenes in there, and they each do, like a Limonene, which is an anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, helps the immune system. Linalool, which is anti-seizure, anti-pain. Myrcene, which is anti-tumor. I mean, you go down the list of all of these different terpenes, they play an important role too. So it's really important to make sure that you're buying there's a lot of hemp out there, and there's a lot of CBD that really doesn't meet the good standards. And then we have a whole line of capsules. Now, what makes these capsules unique is that we've actually pre-digested them. So what we've done is we've taken the hemp oil and sprayed it on organic tapioca, and then actually wrapping that in sunflower lecithin. So what we're going to do, we're going to bypass the digestive system and make it highly absorbed. We have a Complete 5, which is 5 milligrams in 2 capsules, a Complete 15, which is 15 milligrams in 2 capsules, and then we make some specialized ones. We make one for stress, one for sleep, and one for pain relief. So the stress is going to focus on what? All the B vitamins, which are critical for stress. It's also going to have the zinc in there, which you burn out in stress. It does have a proprietary blend of ashwagandha, holy basil, lemon balm. It also has valerian, rosemary. And what makes these also unique is that we added other cannabinoids. So we have cannabinoids from acai, black pepper, sunflower lecithin. So there's other cannabinoids in here too. So which plays an important role also. So again, the stress one also has Ricin mushrooms in there to help with the whole aspect of stress. The sleep one works dynamite. I've taken the sleep one before, so it does help in the area of sleep. There is no melatonin in there. We're using the black cherry. We're using chamomile, lemon balm, hops, ashwagandha. We're using GABA blend in there. Canasorb is actually in there too, which is the sunflower lecithin, bioperin, black pepper extract. We also have an ECS blend of cloves, rosemary, oregano, carrots, and flax. And that is in every one of these, that blend. Again, we're going to increase that absorbability, which is real key. And someone that has a poor digestive tract or doesn't have a gallbladder definitely shouldn't be on the oils. They definitely need to be on the capsules. Why? Because you're going to have to break the fat down, and you don't have the ability to break that fat down. The capsule's already pre-broken down. Relief. I take the Relief one. I recently had a hernia operation, and let me tell you, this was a wonder as far as helping with pain. This has got the Longvita curcumin, which is the most absorbable of all the curcumins out there. It's got a real unique boswelline in there. It's got Amylex, which is also an anti-inflammatory. And then, of course, it's got the CBS blend in there. It does have magnesium, D3, and selenium. So real unique blend to help with inflammation and pain. It does have an assay which actually tells, these are third-party assays, which actually tell you exactly how much you're getting in each of the products, actually showing the extraction process, showing that it is a CO2 extraction. The literature goes through and explains in detail all about it, which is really key also. Again, the other thing that we did too is the bottle. The bottle is a really thick, specialized plastic. Even though it is clear, it is built-in UV protection. You're going to see there's no sediment in there because it is high quality. You don't have to shake it up. Dose size, when you squeeze it, you're only going to get a half dropper. So it's two half droppers gives you the full, which is 1 milliliter, which is going to give you the serving size. So for a 5 milligram, you want 2 half droppers, gives you that dose. It tastes good. I mean, you can taste the terpenes on the back of your tongue. Why? Because you want the terpenes in there. So it's real key to understand what you're getting, and you're buying your hemp from a good certified company, a store that really understands it, going to give you the right suggestions and make sure you get the right product to do what you need to do. I take it, it really helps. Like I said, I take the Relief. I do take, every once in a while, I will do the 1500. I mean, it relaxes you so quickly, kind of unique in that aspect of it. So hemp is definitely here to be around for a long time. It's helping a lot of people with pain issues, with other issues. I mean, it's good for arthritis. People get such good response. And I always remind people, start off with the lowest dose when you start off to see how that works. Because, you know, we're not sure about dosing of it. And then just start increasing that. Try it for a week at a low dose and then maybe increase a little more. And that way you'll find the right one to take. There's no point jumping to the highest one unless you've got a serious problem going on. So that is really the story behind Hempceutix from Nature's Plus. High quality hemp. Sourced, really good sources. All the capsules are a European source. The liquids, which are fairly new, about a year old right now, they're actually from Oregon, from a really good source in Oregon. And a good, all full spectrum, has all the different cannabinoids in there, which is the real key. Hemp is here to stay, and it's going to really help a lot of people really improve their whole system. And that's why I take it myself. So good health with Nature's Plus Hempceutix. So one of the big questions I get asked is, can I use this on my animals, and how much can I use for my animals? Now, I do use this for my dogs. The key there, you cannot use the capsules for any animals. I'll tell you why, because of some of the other ingredients we have in here. So when we put together the liquids, that's why we didn't do the same thing. We wanted to make sure that you could use these for your pets. And, you know, I know people that have dogs that have seizures and those kind of problems. But it's a really calming thing. So, well, how much should I give the dog? Do I give it the same dose as a human? Don't forget, all these doses are based on 150 pounds of man body weight. So a full one dropper full would probably be way too much for a small dog. So I'm looking at a dog, let's say from 20 pounds to 30 pounds. I'm going to give them just a few drops, not full dropper full, but maybe 2 to 3 drops. And that's going to be it. And I'd put it in their food, or my dogs will lick it right off the spoon. I can put it around the spoon. But I have big dogs that weigh close to 100 pounds, so I give them close to like a half dropper of the 5 milligram, which would make it 2.5 milligrams. So again, my dogs are healthy dogs. I do that just to keep them healthy, and so it really helps their whole system work a lot better. And that's what I do for animals. Same thing for a cat. I do have a cat. I would give my cat a couple little drops of it, and I'll put it in their food and stuff like that. I just do it as prevention. And again, it's just a small amount. It doesn't take a lot. I have people have a lot of good results with it. I'm not giving them the 1,500 or the 750. I'm using the 250. And like I said, drop, just a few little drops. As you see the dropper, don't fill the dropper up, just a few drops. Drop, drop. So think of it this way. A good way would be a drop per 20 pounds. So 1 drop per 20 pounds. And that way that would help you get it. Now, if you do have some seizure problems, you may be able to go a little higher than that. But the people I've talked to about this, that seems to really work out. So that'd be a good, simple way of controlling it, and it works for your animals too, which is real key. They're part of our family. I think it's real critical that you really have a good understanding and you really check out the information that's below, because you want to see that there's these independent assays. You want to know what about the literature. You want to know the extraction process. It's so critical that you really understand this, because a lot of the companies that are jumping into this know nothing about this. They're basically putting together some of these products, really don't understand the extraction process. They do understand that. The assays explain that. The literature explains that. So really go below, see below, and really understand this, because that's so important, so you make the right decision and get the product that works for you. Check out below in the description and you will see the key information, and you'd be happy to come by the store and get any information. They will also supply that to you. Thank you.